Ooh. Acting bad, but somebody got to do it. It's Ebro and Low and Nadeska and Eddie in LA. We got things to talk about. We got replay. Pivotal year for Replay. Things really got popping for Replay this year. No, it is.
Just so you guys know, Ebro's on some really silly,
Somebody has to
silly shit this morning, which is great.
Nah, man. I'm just having fun, man. It's almost the holidays.
Yeah.
We have all the friends and family watching and commenting, and we really appreciate your engagement. We got Doechii doing an amazing several performances. We got Kendrick Lamar stadium tour announcement, stuff to cover. Where y'all want to start with things that drop? I want to shout out Smino, great artist, great album. I want to shout out Lil TJ from the BX. You know what I'm saying? He does very well when he drops. Bossman Dlow dropped a couple of joints. Roddy Rich is gearing up for an album. Shout out to him and Terrace Martin on that joint they dropped. Lil Baby heating up for an album. And my boy Skepta and Lex Luger dropped something. But back to Lil Baby. You think this is a pivotal time for Lil Baby?
Yeah.
Why?
He said it himself. He said the last 2 years have been like pretty detrimental to him. I think the narrative around him falling off has become bigger. Now he's got Young Thug on the album, Travis Scott, I think Glorilla, and he's put out about 3 singles. Like I said a couple weeks ago, nothing has changed. The sound hasn't changed, the flow hasn't changed. It's still the same shit. So this is a very, very pivotal moment creatively for him.
Eddie, you agree?
100% agree, bro. Like, it's hard to get out of whatever, the internet has decided said about you. And the reality is, as these songs continue to drop, the narrative ain't really shifting. Like when Low posted it on Twitter the other day, like it sounds like every other Lil Baby song. And there's artists that sound the same, but it rings off. And we judge people according to past performance. Like Lil Baby isn't getting compared to new up-and-coming artists. He was the hottest young rapper in the game. And then it kind of plateaued. And not only did it plateau, it kind of started going down a little bit. And as we get I want the best for Lil Baby. I like Lil Baby. I have nothing against Lil Baby. And then we do also have these weird conversations specifically with hip-hop where people choose to pick sides. Right. And when the Young Thug trial started, and because of the speculation on Gunna, there were sides being chosen. At first, everyone was like, Gunna's out of here. He's a rat, blah, blah, blah. Gunna started making bangers, heat, and people switched. And they started rocking with Gunna. And Lil Baby, who because of that, doesn't work with him anymore. Now people have decided Gunna makes heat, your stuff's stale, we're not gonna mess with you. But we can change all that if the album drops and it's good.
Run it back for me, because I'm not privy to the Atlanta street politics or rap politics.
Okay.
I noticed that Lil Baby and Gunna weren't working together, but was there a problem? Did something happen?
I haven't heard any rumblings about them having issues. I don't know.
Yeah, I just noticed they wasn't working together
anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's tension. I don't know if it's like conflict.
The speculation was it was because of the trial. And it's kind of Lil Durk called Gunna a rat. Like, a lot of people call him Gunna a rat.
So Lil Baby was like, because that's the narrative around Gunna, I ain't fucking with that.
Right. That is what people have decided to run with. How true that is, I'm not 100% sure, but you know how things work nowadays. If people put it out there, it becomes the truth.
Amazing moment for the girl Doechii happening right now.
Which a lot of people have a problem with.
What do you mean?
Like, so you don't see the conversation online about like the music that she makes or how it seems like it's forced and like she's everywhere.
There was a
I never saw this.
She makes Harriet Tubman music.
Yes,
which is racist as fuck.
Yeah. Harriet Tubman music. What does that mean?
So, bro, yet again, we're in this era.
By the way, never seen this before. By the way, and I'll say this is akin to Drake saying Kendrick raps like he's trying to free the slaves, which is hyper offensive to people.
Yes, it's because we live in this era where 4 people can have an opinion and it can be empowered, and people that don't like an artist for whatever reason can run with it. However, I don't think this is the majority of people.
It's not.
I think this is a very small, loud minority because the girl is getting her flowers from her first mixtape. She got some Variety Award the other day. Yeah. I know we're going to get into specifics of why we're talking about it right now. So don't let like the smallest margins of people that are the most vocal make you believe this is a narrative about an artist.
That we talking about it, because I didn't see it.
No, I'm just pointing out the fact.
I thought we were going to lead with these amazing
I was
performances
just trying to
she
get to
did.
the Colbert shit and the Tiny Desk shit.
I wanna know how she
and
did
here
that shit
y'all
with her
go
hair.
with the toxic
No,
negativity.
I'm not trying
And
to
the
be
Variety
negative.
Award.
So this Doechii Colbert performance.
Yes, go back to the more pods like the Tiny Desk, the Colbert joint.
She got a Variety Award too.
Variety Award.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be on that tour with Kendrick and
Wait, that hasn't been
SZA.
announced? Why did somebody tell me that was already official?
No. She
did an interview with Breakfast Club and Charlamagne asked her.
Got it.
And her response kind of alludes to she might be there. And I said this when the
But she
tour
said
got
she hadn't
announced.
talked to him.
Huh?
She said she hadn't talked to him.
I don't buy none of that shit. That's why I said she's good. Like my tweet was like, "Oh, you're good. Like you're very good at doing this."
This whole segment, all Low's fault.
you
Bringing
didn't
up the
say- I think-
negativity.
That's not-
speculation.
That would be one of the biggest things for her career. If
Yeah,
she,
but
if
why?
she-
But I don't. So it wouldn't. Adding her at this point, like an announcement after Kendrick and SZA,
Yeah.
she's not as marquee as them. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a slight to her.
But she just finished the tour. She just bodied it like I think it was like
no,
a 30,
I know, but not
40
football.
city.
This is football stadiums, bro. This is Kendrick and SZA. This is the. This
All right,
is,
well, I think she has the.
no, I think
No,
she
she's gonna
could
be
and
amazing on the
should.
tour.
I'm
It's just
saying
as a headline
she
that
could
they're
and
saying.
should, but they've already announced the headliners. Normally, when they announce supporting acts, that's already baked in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already a thing. So as to say just announced Doechii isn't. It makes it sound like I'm slighting her, which is once again your fault.
It's not my fault. All I said was I would love to see her on the tour. That's all I said. I'm not getting into semantics
Yeah,
about
but then y'all
why
start
it makes sense,
speculating
why it don't make sense,
and all
why
this,
this,
all
that.
this,
All I said between those
let
three.
the girl have her moment,
We
bro.
are, and I
You
want her to
serious?
have
Am I
more
bugging?
moments.
Am I bugging?
Can Punch explain how she did the thing with the braids on Colbert? Because that was amazing.
That was
See?
fire. That was fire.
That was so fire. How did she
That was
do
fire.
that? I was trying
That
to
was
zoom
fire.
in and see how they connected it, and she didn't like miss a step. I already said what I had to say about Doechii. I think she's incredible.
I'm
and it's
glad
funny
I put
that
y'all on to her, man.
you relax. Go back to Blue
Yeah,
Sky.
yeah, go back to
you
Blue, yeah,
put
go
who
the
on?
threads.
Yo, man, I'm just
yeah, people
listen.
saying her
Who are?
music is forced is the craziest thing because I feel like it's just so
Once again,
effortless.
like
it
who
comes
are
to her
y'all?
so
Y'all don't have nobody's
naturally.
listening to these people. That
I just
y'all-
want people to understand how dumb and dense they sound.
but they're not gonna. And matter of fact, even when you point it out to them, humans' brains don't function like that.
Well, I think the people who watch this program appreciate Doechii, as I've seen in the
Absolutely.
comments,
Yeah.
as they should.
Did you watch the
And you know
entire
what
Tiny Desk?
Yes.
I did. You know what I love about her too is that she's shedding a light, just like how there are subgenres within hip hop. A few years ago, a lot of male rappers, which is ironic, were complaining about women rap being quote unquote rap, like a lot of it. So when someone like Doechii comes around and pops and becomes a little bit mainstream, it's also an opportunity for other people to realize there are people like Rhapsody and Samara Sim and Little Sims in the UK. There are
them.
these
All
women
of
rappers that aren't doing that as well. So what's it? Cream rise to the top. What's the word about like all boats? The water
Rising
rises all
tide
boats?
floats all boats, cream rise to
Yes.
the top.
So this is your opportunity to realize, like, I love the Glorrillas. I love the Meg Thee Stallions. I love the Lottos. There are other ladies.
Yeah, it's not
in
an
rap
either
that aren't-
or, it's a yes and.
Exactly.
I love them and
Yeah.
that's
Bingo.
that's how it always
Yeah,
should be.
I think we have to accept that there are people who are fans of an artist. I think we've talked about this. You're fans of an artist. You're not a hip hop fan.
Okay.
Like we need to accept that.
Right.
Right. Especially when an artist is super popular. Right. There are people who are just fans of that artist and whatever they make, but that doesn't necessarily transfer them into being fans of
hip-hop.
Hip hop, or
Right.
and I'm sure that's applicable to any genre, right?
Rap,
like,
R&B,
Like
rock,
if you
yeah.
think about pop music that you like, you
I think about certain artists.
you
I don't
think
like
I like the artist, but that doesn't mean I'm into everything that
Right.
sounds like
Right.
this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think and I think we also need to accept when it comes to hip hop and the things that have shaped what is popular in hip hop.
Right.
Often those popular pop music fans don't want the intellectual side of
And that's
what
fine.
we love,
That's
which is
fine.
hip hop. They want all of the salaciousness, which would be the murder, death, kill,
Sex.
the ass clapping and sex,
Money and drugs.
and materialism.
Right.
When you get into uplifting black people and intellectualism and wanting more for yourself, don't we continue to be reminded by the mainstream public? They don't want to hear that from black people, specifically in hip hop. Every fucking time. And then we sit here and we're like, oh, she calling it Harriet Tubman rap. Like, what? Why would...
That sector of the world is out there. And
And
unfortunately...
so, yes, it exists, but allowing that to shape our tastes or, somehow shape our conversation around what we as hip hop deem to be spectacular and remarkable, I think, we're playing ourselves with that. Right? We know, and y'all knew when I told y'all about Doechii and put y'all onto her.
Are you done?
How fire she was.
That's the whole point of this conversation here.
What is this?
Well, no, it's just because my hip hop site, Insight and Foresight, all of the vision.
What year
far
did you supposedly
the
put us on
abilities of most
They
humans.
put us on to us like 6 months ago. Like,
Stop
it wasn't 4 years ago.
Stop it, bro.
It wasn't when we first started.
Bro.
Hey, yo, you brought her to our attention. I will give you that.
He didn't bring no. He ain't bring me no
Speak for yourself,
Doechii.
Low.
Okay, he brought her to my attention. All right,
y'all wasn't rocking Doechii like that, bro.
I was at a Doechii like debut party in 2020 when she was coming out like fire and stuff.
Bro, you wasn't rocking. You didn't bring it to the program, though. So and if you don't have photos and receipts and you ain't tweeted, you're lying. Nobody believes you.
You got it, bro.
I might have photos because I was
bro,
there. It
my
happened
shit is
in
documented,
2020.
son.
We got to give him an award.
I've been here.
So what took you so long to bring it to the table?
What you mean?
Like,
I was waiting for her debut album. I got to give people time.
Well, you could have did this in 2020 when we
Why?
started.
That wasn't. She was just warming up. She had just got signed.
Eddie was privy.
I was there.
No, he went. Okay, that's what he says, but he don't got no receipts. He got receipts for everything else.
Give me a second. I'll go through my phone. Give me a sec.
That's what he says. But shout out to Glorilla. We're really happy for you. And on the female rap side of things, Glorilla named hottest female rapper of the year by Billboard. We agree?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I love that album.
Huge year, great album, great mixtape.
I think they had Glorilla at 1, Megan at 2, Nicki at 3, Sexy Red at 4, 5 is Lotto, Doechii, Doja Cat at 7, JT at 8, 9 Rhapsody, 10 Cardi B.
It's a fire list.
I think they landed it with that.
They landed
I think if Doechii makes this impact she's making now earlier in the year, she's higher on the list.
She's top 3.
Yeah, she's higher on the list.
Yeah, she's top 3.
Nicki's obviously Nicki, and a lot of, I'm gonna say it again, Nicki, it's remarkable how long she's worked this Pink Friday too.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
You
you
say,
18 months.
You gonna say that every week? You gonna say that every week, Ebro?
No, I am, because I think other artists should pay attention to that. And it's not even specifically about Nicki. It's really specifically about work ethic and continuing to figure out ways to keep the audience focused on a body of work.
Instead of moving so fast to the next one.
Moving so fast through singles, just throwing shit out, not having a well-developed plan.
Let it marinate, let it sit in the pot.
Working multiple singles, multiple videos, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's why I'm saying every week. But I see what you tried to do there. You just mad because I put you on a Doechii.
Lies.
And you don't want to accept it.
I'm gonna look for it in my phone. I'm gonna find it too.
Kendrick Lamar has the #1 album and song in the country right now. His 5th consecutive #1 album. Moving 319,000 albums. Squabble Up is the top of the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah.
TV Off is at the top of the Apple Music Top 100.
Yeah.
And Apple Music Replay. The reason at the beginning of the segment I pointed out that Apple Music Replay was having a great year, I think it was because, users of Spotify were kind of angry at their wrap-up.
Why?
I don't use Spotify, so I don't know, but I saw people saying that it was whack and because blah, 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 and then I saw people who use Apple Music, they were pretty excited about the 2024 replay.
I always loved the replays, but I don't have Spotify, so I wasn't really paying attention to the chart.
What was at your top, Nadeska? You got a daughter, so your shit was Moana?
Yeah, so what I have realized is that since I have an Apple Music family plan, I need to just make the kid her own account. Like, I've been slipping. So
nah, just go through and move the stuff that's hers.
Fine, okay. My #1 most played album was the original Moana soundtrack. I heard that Lin-Manuel Miranda was not involved in the second one, which, if true, what a flop.
But
so we haven't gotten there yet.
People love the movie, though.
We haven't even seen that yet. I'm taking her this weekend.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I gotta take Issa.
But I heard the soundtrack just doesn't measure up because he's like a magician. Anyway, #2 most played.
But let your daughter know that he is involved in the live action one.
She's 3, she doesn't care.
Oh, okay.
My number 2 most played album of the year is Thames, Born in the Wild.
Ooh.
I'm a huge Thames fan, man. I think I did her like Up Next Artist Here interview years ago. I've been
You put us on the Thames.
I wasn't gonna say because I'm a little more humble than you.
But you put us on. You put us on.
So I've been waiting years for this album, and she didn't disappoint. I loved it. Number 3 is Blue Lips from Schoolboy Q. I listened to that one a lot. Number 4 is a little bit weird.
Okay.
So you guys know we did the 100 best albums here at Apple Music, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I hate hanging out with Ebro and Zayn because they just know too much about music. So I'm gonna give this one to Zayn. He put me on to Talking Heads, Remain in the
and
Light.
the album's fire.
That was my favorite new discovery on 100 Best. I'm a little bit obsessive, so I listened to that album a lot this year, apparently. And then number 5 is a random jazz album because on the weekends I like to clear my mind. So those are my albums. Anybody want to go next?
Top 5 albums. We Don't Trust You. Too Good to Be True with Rick Ross and Meek Mill for all the dogs.
Wait. We Don't Trust You was on your Drake hate train heavy, bro. Sorry, go ahead.
Meanwhile, he was trying to talk about OVO Low when you weren't here last
Number 3
week.
is For All the Dogs.
Oh.
The Scary Hours version.
Oh, yeah. Scary
But that
Hours is
joint's fire.
Yeah. GNX is number 4. And Victory Lap is number 5.
Okay.
Let's see.
Eddie, what you got?
All right, what you got, Ed?
GNX.
Nah, so everybody know the deal it was me is number 1, Cowboy Carter, Beyonce.
I know it.
Number 2,
I know it.
Renaissance
Carpenter.
Beyonce.
Beyonce,
I'm dead serious. Number 2 is Renaissance Beyonce.
Okay.
Number 3, GNX, Kendrick Lamar. Already making it in here, crazy. Number 4 is because I work out a lot and I do cardio.
B-Day?
This one's embarrassing. Go.
No, it's not even embarrassing. It's an Afrojack Tomorrowland mix that I do cardio.
Oh, okay, all right.
And number 5, K Tronada, Timeless.
Ooh, love that album.
That's nice.
Mine goes at number 5, Blue Lips, Schoolboy Q.
Great
On
album.
the album. Number 4, Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. Yep. Number 3, because we listen to this in the house a lot, Brandy's first album. My daughter loves Brandy, so that's number 3. Number 2 actually is Renaissance for me, Beyonce. And number 1,
Look.
GNX,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna be number 1 in all of our replays next year. I just didn't have enough time.
Well, but when I look at my replay, I don't listen to a lot of full albums, like where I just put them on and let them play.
Right.
Yeah.
Renaissance was designed like a mix.
Yeah, it
So
was.
one of the reasons it pops up in mind is because we throw it on at the crib, the whole family
It just
listens
goes
to
in.
it, and it just runs through.
Do we agree that it's her best album of all time? It's definitely my favorite.
Renaissance?
It's my favorite from top to bottom.
It's my favorite
It's my
Beyonce album,
favorite.
but Beyonce fans would say Beyonce and
Or Lemonade.
4.
Lemonade and 4 probably.
Yeah, I like all of those, but
I think
Love
Cowboy
Renaissance.
Carter might be the best.
The best
It's in
what?
the conversation. It's in
Okay.
the conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'll say
Nah,
this:
nah.
Cowboy Carter's Beyonce's, in my opinion, best pop mainstream album. Like because she makes a lot of different types of albums that lean in different directions.
Yeah.
And it's a history lesson.
It's history, yeah. So
Shout
you
out to
could
Linda
like put it
Martell.
on and whatever. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because GNX, I legit put it on
To listen from start to finish.
to listen to start to finish because I can work out to it start to finish.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because
good.
it has a level of energy and consistency, beat for beat,
Song
concept for
song.
concept,
Yeah.
lyric for
For
lyric,
lyric,
song
yeah.
for song that you don't get. I don't know if we've gotten in hip hop. I think we might get one a year, in my opinion, where you get the conceptual song for song production,
sonically.
sonic, and it's only 44 minutes. He didn't try to make it 18 tracks with a bonus and a remix and a this and a that.
It's 12 songs. Yeah, 12
It was
songs.
very focused.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm always looking for that in an album.
The
I
no skips.
can't think of the last album that really did that before GNX.
For me, it's probably like a Pusha album. I usually like his from top to bottom.
It might be.
It's
almost,
dry.
It's almost dry.
It's almost dry.
That's the closest one.
And then
suppose
Blue
so.
Lips was my most listened to from top to bottom. But yeah, it's like a perfect, near perfect album.
Well, and I think for anybody out there, listen, there's artists in all genres that just put out albums that are chock full of like great songs. Right? Like every song is a good song. They may not go together, but they're just the best songs that they recorded. They give it a name and blah, blah, blah. I think if you're really, Kendrick Lamar's at a point and has the musical kind of support, right, of a Mustard, of a Terrace Martin, of a Kamasi Washington.
Soundwave.
Right, Soundwave, right? Like these people who are constructing a sonic world for him to write and create in.
Right.
So when you go song for song, he can use all of his styles, right? When you think of other people, even when you think of Drake, Drake was somebody that had a support system that was able to create a world for him to write and create in, right? When you think of Kanye, Kanye would create the world and then bring in, you know what I mean? And I think that's, so if you're out there and you're wondering why I think this way, I think it's because that's what I listen for and that's what I hear. And I think that if you are that type of artist, that type of writer, that's what you should be trying to achieve.
That's what we want for Lil Baby, essentially. That's what I want for Roddy Rich next year, because I'm a huge fan. I'm looking forward to the next album. Like
where they can lean in with the musicality and support, you know, because even, and it's just, I mean, GNX is a phenomenal album.
Yep.
Where do you, and I've seen this conversation happen a lot on Twitter, where do you rank it within his discography?
You missed it last week, bro.
Oh, okay, my fault.
It's okay, though.
I think we left it open, like we're up for, it's up for review.
Yeah, I'm still.
I think Eddie put it at number 1, didn't he?
Eddie, you put it at number 1 for yourself.
Today, yeah.
Today,
like,
okay.
Like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel like
tomorrow.
But it just, I feel
guess
top
what?
3 is a safe
top 3
spot
easy
for it, yeah.
It's definitely top 3.
Oh, yeah,
Because it's
okay,
easy
top
to
3.
listen to.
Yeah.
Mr. Morale isn't easy to listen to. To Pimp a Butterfly isn't easy to listen to. GNX, Damn, Good Kid, Mad City
are easy
as hell to listen to.
Yeah.
Section 80 was easy. Fuck.
Section 80.
Section 82.
I love Section 80. Should we continue?
What else do we? Oh, a replay?
Yeah, or we can move on to things like, okay, so let's start with what did you guys think was the best collaboration?
Best collaboration this year?
I feel like if there's an indisputable
It's
best
Metro
of the
and Future,
year.
ain't it?
Right.
Ain't it Metro?
Our album?
Indisputable. No, just song.
Listen, I think one thing that's not talked about enough this year, and we brought it up on here, is the year Future had in 2024.
Yeah.
Now, yes, 2 projects with Metro. Yes.
3.
Is Mixtape Pluto all Metro too?
I think so.
Nah, I don't think that's all Metro.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it's 2.
But anyway, nonetheless, Mixtape Pluto was fire and had a run. Those 2 albums, We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You. Fire, had hits, had, you know,
moments.
Created literally the foundation of everything that we kind of engaged with in hip hop.
And the tour and the Grammy nods.
All of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had a phenomenal year. I think because it happened in the summertime and this end of year has been so noisy for GNX.
Right.
But yeah, shout to Metro, shout to Future. Great execution.
Yeah, so Future and Kendrick with massive years. And I think sometimes, so we have a list of albums here for best. We talked about Tyler, Chromacopia, sorry, because I took your thing here. Cole, Might Delete Later. Even
Doechii's album.
Yeah, American Dream dropped at the top of the year. I think that came really early. That was also a really good album. Tierra Whack, Megan. There are a lot of great projects. But I think sometimes when we say best, it makes it feel a bit too narrow. So like outside of some of the big ones, I'll say some of my favorite collaborations of the year. I really liked on the Mustard album, Pressured Up, with Vince and Schoolboy Q. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Leon Thomas had an incredible album this year, his sophomore album.
And R&B Now Radio, bro.
Listen, but wait.
Shout out to Leon Thomas, Ty Dolla $ign.
The collaboration featured Freddie Gibbs on the remix. So Gibbs also dropped a great album this year, and I think he had a couple of great features.
That's my favorite album.
Leon Thomas?
No. Leon Thomas' album's good.
Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs
also had a great year. Yeah. And great collaborations. I love the Ab Soul feature on Q's album on Foe. So that was like from Druggies with Hoes, their series. And this was like on the other side of the debauchery, but like Soul had one of my favorite verses of the year. That shit sent me to the dictionary. He said righteous malfeasance. I was like, what?
That's a good. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. So those are some, Gorilla singing on the Money Long album was also cool.
Yeah.
She had like a nice little moment there.
I like the collaboration with her and T-Pain.
I would throw out other albums in hip hop that I love this year. You mentioned Freddie Gibbs. I want to mention Corday.
Yep.
I also want to mention outside of hip hop, the WizKid album that just recently dropped is super fire. Shout out to WizKid.
Nice tribute to his mom.
And what else? Oh, the Earth Gang Spillage Village project.
LL Cool J, yeah.
Oh, shout to LL for sure. But that Perfect Fantasy, Earth Gang, and Spillage Village. And also Cole Might Delete Later.
Yeah.
Very good.
And big up to Cole and the whole team on dropping the tapes too this year. I thought that was
And in the podcast.
Or is it an audio series?
Audio podcast, audio series, whatever.
Nah,
you
man,
said
you gotta
outside-
be specific, bro.
You said outside of
man.
hip hop, Gene Dawson. I'm gonna throw that in there.
Ooh, fire, Gene Dawson.
And
That's
Wait a
great
minute.
call.
Now it's cool to talk outside of hip hop. He just
Yeah,
played
you
me. I
can't-
couldn't
yeah,
even
you
get through the
can't-
Leon
nah,
Thomas
yeah, you
sentence.
can't do that. That's
I
not
hate it
fair.
here
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's
But
not-
anyway,
it's
I
not
appreciate
fair.
y'all
I saw the-
listening. Maybe you
I-
can tell us
Hey,
what your
Wicked
favorite music that
soundtrack,
dropped
too.
this year. Because
That Wicked soundtrack, fire.
haters, bro. Now we're talking about Wicked, but I can't talk about R&B.
Wicked is fire, though.
Man, all right.
Super fire. Yo, shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. Woo!
Oh, short
Crazy.
sweet. Short sweet.
Yo,
go
that
crazy.
Billie Eilish?
Yo, wait. Why y'all doing that?
You're so
Nah, that Billie Eilish is crazy.
The album
Hey,
is
why y'all
amazing, but
doing
y'all
that?
are mad annoying.
That's Sabrina
Why y'all
Carpenter's
doing? Why
Nah,
y'all?
serious,
Hold on,
bro.
I'm sticking up for my sis.
Yo,
Why y'all
yo.
doing? Don't do that to her. Don't do that to her. That's not fair. Cause she got a lot of taste outside of music.
It's all
Don't do
good.
that.
There's only one more episode of the year, guys. I'm
Why, you
excited
ready to not
take
play
a
with us
break.
no more?
I'm sick of y'all, bro.
I'm trying to stick up for
Treat me
you.
like this, bro. I can't
I'm
get a
trying to
word in.
stick up for
We're
you,
talking
bro.
about pop albums and the
that's
Wicked
fuck- yeah,
soundtrack.
that's fucked up.
The Wicked soundtrack, good though.
Anyway, is there anywhere else, or should we go now? Are we
No,
done?
make sure y'all, hopefully
Cool.
y'all have fun with the replay inside Apple Music. And we'll see y'all next week, man. For Low, Nadeska, and Eddie, I'm Ebro, man. It's Rap Life Review. Nadeska, we love you.
Yeah, okay, cool, thanks. What's good, Nadeska here. If you made it through that entire episode of the Rap Life Review, that means you're really a fan. Hit that like button so we know it's real. Subscribe if you never want to miss an episode. And of course, if you really have something to say, drop a comment and we'll hit you back on next week's episode.